And I seen him again, and I was like, what's happening? Most people don't really know my story, like the real story of my life.
Mm-hmm.
They just know a version that got repeated. I want to thank you for letting me come on your podcast, so it won't be edited, sugar-coated, or nothing like that.
Right.
Let's get it out there clearly. I'm from Techwood Projects out of Atlanta, Georgia, the first government projects in the United States.
Okay.
The first ones they ever built in the United States, out of Atlanta. That's the projects I'm from. In the streets, they call me Techwood Sid.
Mom and dad both around? Brothers, sisters?
I grew up with my brother in the household with my mom. My dad was around, but he wasn't around. My dad was a pimp.
Okay.
And my mom, she used to be one of his girls. She was one of his girls, but my mom, from my understanding, he never had her to sell a body, but she was dancing.
Growing up in the projects, I mean, are you getting into trouble? Are you like...
First time I got arrested, I was 9 years old. I got arrested for stealing a box of Twinkies. I was stealing a box of Twinkies out of the store, but I used to go to the store, and we would go to the store because we were poor.
Mm-hmm.
So when we would go to the store, we would steal candy, donuts, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was different than my friends because I was like, if my mom's gonna beat the shit out of me, I might as well steal the whole box.
Right.
Like, we're not gonna go small. We're gonna steal a box of Now and Laters, a box of sneakers, or a box of Twinkies. And that's the first time I got arrested. And I was in there for like 28 hours in a juvenile. At 9 years old, I ain't gonna lie to nobody though, I was scared when I first entered that door because I had heard stories that people got raped.
Right.
When they were in the juvenile, and my mom used to always say that, you better fight, you better fight. If you ever get in trouble, you better fight.
How long, I mean, is this a reoccurring thing? You get arrested multiple times, or are you...
Yeah, I got arrested at 9 years old, then I got arrested again at like 10. Me and my little brother, we got arrested. We went and saw this movie called Beat Street. You ever heard the movie Beat Street back in the days?
Mm-mm.
It was in New York. It was break dancing and spray paint graffiti. Anyway, we went and saw the movie Beat Street. We left there and went and broke into this elementary school. I was 10, my little brother was 9. And we stole the spray paint. We spray painted the Marla train station. And the police came, but they asked us what was going on. By the time they was trying to get the question right, I took out running. They arrested my little brother. They arrested the other guy that was with us. His name was Dynamite. He's dead now. He got arrested too. And my mom was looking for my brother. She was like, where's your brother? Where's your brother? She kept saying all that, where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? I was like, I don't know. I'm lying to my mom. Like, I don't know. And then she finally got a call from the juvenile to come pick him up. And when she picked him up, she was like, so your brother didn't know that you was arrested? He was like, he was with me. He ran. So I got a beating for that too. Yes, sir. How
long does this, I mean, what high school? Do you get in trouble in high school or?
Yeah, I got in trouble in high school too. I got arrested when I was 13 for possession and trafficking of snow.
Trafficking?
Yes.
Is that what they got? I would thought it'd be like.
No, it's possession and trafficking because it was how much I had.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And how are you selling at 13 years old? How did that happen?
Okay, it came about because some guys came from out of town. They came in the projects. We was in the projects. I tried to sell snow at first for one of my uncles, and I got tricked out of it. I got tricked out of it by the lady next door to me. So the lady next door to me, she seen me sitting outside like 12:30 at night, and she was like, what are you doing out here? You got to go to school in the morning. You look like you're sleepy. And I was like, yeah, but I got to get rid of this. She's like, I'll sell it for you. I'll sell it for you. And I'll give you the money tomorrow. And I was like, okay, you going to do that for me? She's like, yeah. She knew I was green.
Yeah.
You know, so the next day, I didn't know she was an addict, though.
Right.
She didn't have no money for me. So my uncle came to get his money. And he was like, where's my money? I was like, the lady next door, she's supposed to give it to me. He like, what? Did you give her everything? I was like, yeah. So he told my mom. My mom came. And it was Easter. So my mom came and she was like, she did what? And long story short, my mom ended up going to jail too that day. She ended up, she shot at the lady because she asked the lady, where's the money? And the lady was like, I ain't got no money. And she was like, I'm gonna tell you one more time, go in that house and get that money. And she was like, whatever you want to do, woo, woo. So she went in the house. My mom went in the house. My mom came back out. I was like, whoa. By that time, my mom was already shooting. She was shooting through the door. When the police came, they locked my mom up. And she was still wearing her Easter outfit. Yes, sir. And then that's when those guys showed up in town. When they showed up in town, me and one of my best friends, we started doing stuff for them because they was paying.
Yeah.
They was paying. We were young, but they were paying, and it led down on a long, lonely road for real. It led down to a lot of trouble after that. From 13 on up, I was in and out. By the time I was 21, going on 22, that's when I went to federal prison. I went to state prison. I got to state prison. I was like 17.
What happened with state prison? How that?
I went to state prison because they boosted up to a robbery. It started as a theft by taking.
Okay.
The thing that happened was, and a lot of people, I never told the people this story. It was the chick that owed some money. The chick owed some money. We was trying to get her. We was trying to find her for a minute. And we finally saw her. And when we saw her, by me, I was the fastest that could run. So we knew she was a gangster too, though. She kept a gun on her. So they was like, you got to get her to chase you in order for us to get her. So I snatched her chain off her neck. I ran by her, snatched the chain off, and I started running. She started coming behind me, but she stopped. Something made her stop. I don't know what made her stop. She stopped, and she was just looking. I was like, come get your chain. Come get your chain.
She knows something's wrong.
Yeah, she was like, She went back and got the police. And by the time I got out where I was, the police came, they locked me up, and they were like, what was you trying to do to her? I said, nothing. And she like, I think you was trying to kill me. I think you was trying to kill me. I think you was with them other guys who I owe some money to. And the police like, oh, what? Something to, when we went to court, they boosted my charge up to robbery. They boosted up the robbery, sent me to state prison. Went to state prison. I was in state prison for 3 years. I went to Alto State Prison. I went there. It was wild. It was totally wild. Like I was
How old were you?
I was 17.
And you went to is this an adult state prison?
Yes, sir. Adult state prison, 17. They sent us to the adult state prison, 17. I came home. When I came home 6 days before I turned 21. 6 days before I turned 21. And then I went to the feds. I went to the feds at 22.
Okay, but that's, I mean, they're in between.
In between that, I was back in the street and I was robbing. I sold snow and did all that, but I was basically a robber. I used to rob robbers.
Right.
That was my thing. I robbed the robbers. I didn't rob guys that was hustling and stuff like that. I robbed the robbers. Like, if somebody robbed you, I'm the guy you sent to robbing them back, to get your stuff back.
Why you laughing? I was going to say, if someone robs me and I know who robbed me, do you guys pretty typically know who robbed them?
Yes, 9 times out of 10.
Or they think, maybe they think?
No, 9 times out of 10, the word will come back. You have enough money and enough pull, the word come back. Who did what. And when it came back, somebody tell me, they'll bring it to me. And when they bring it to me, I'm like, okay, how long it been since you got robbed? And they tell me, it been 3 days. I said, okay, how much did they take?
Yeah.
They took 30 books of the snow. We were all like, okay, 30 books of snow, this many days. They took, how much money they take? They tell me how much money they took. They tell, okay, they got this much left. Yeah. They got this much money left. What you gonna give me to go get it? You get half of it. We're going to get it. We're gonna bring it back to you.
So you go, you find out where they live.
That was easy to do because I was known through the whole city. Like every project, I was in every project, every neighborhood. I was the only guy from my neighborhood that did that.
And what do? You go knock on the door and ask them to please?
No, I pull up. Please?
You kick in the door.
Come on,
fellas,
hey,
come
fellas,
on.
Come on. Like, let me get that back for this guy right here. No, it was none of that. It was terror. There was some terrorizing behind it. You know, come on, man.
I was thinking about a guy I was locked up with named Stu, who has been shot. I've said this before. He's been shot 3 times.
Oh, I seen one of your interviews.
Twice by himself. And he would go rob guys. He'd grab it, and they yank back, and boom, shot himself once in the hand. Another time, shot himself in the arm. And then another time that he got so well known, as soon as he goes into the alley, these guys would just start shooting him. He got shot in the leg one time.
That's how it was basically with me. I got
everybody
so well known for what I was doing that it wouldn't be no shooting at me because they knew I just didn't rob random people.
Right.
They knew if I showed up, it's a big problem. The dudes would start throwing their keys on top of the roof. Dudes would start putting their money up. They would start doing everything. I just stand out there and watch them because I'm looking for a specific person. That's how I gained my name. The first time I got shot coming out of the house because I shot a guy. I shot him in both his legs. I shot him in his dick. Shot him in his ass.
Jesus. Why?
He's disrespecting me.
Okay.
He disrespected me. He disrespected my girl. At the time, she was my woman at the time, and I had just saved his life. Like before that, some guys came to kill him, and he still disrespected me, and he did it in front of everybody. So I was like, okay, I got to do this. Walked up on him, shot him in both legs, shot him in his ass, shot him in his dick, put the gun to his head, pulled the trigger 2 times. The gun didn't shoot.
Oh.
Shocked the hell out of me. And I was like, whoa. We took out running. I got on the bus, went to my mom's house. I went to my mom's house. Same gun now. I pulled the trigger, pow, and it shot. Pow, 2 times. I was like, it wasn't meant for him to die that day.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't meant for me to jack my life off forever.
Right.
For doing that, because I did it in front of everybody. So his people came back and shot me. My mom told me though, she said, somebody followed me home. And I was like, somebody followed you home? She's like, yeah, somebody followed me to this house. I'm telling you, they followed me from all the way over there to this house, but they turned off as soon as I got to the house in the driveway. And I was like, I don't care, let them come on with it. She like, stop being so cocky. That was my mom always said, stop being so cocky now, because you know you can get it. I'm like, well, let them do what they do. The very next day, I'm coming out the house and I'm brushing my hair, and I hear some tires. 2 cars. I look up. I see motherfuckers leaning out the window. I said, kiss my ass. They got me. They start shooting. Bam, 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 bam. I'm twisting, trying to twist it from the not get hit. So I failed to fake like I was hit. Mm-hmm. They shot a few more times. Da-da-da-da-da-da. They said, pussy. And they drove off. I laid there. They turned at the bottom of the street. I can hear the tires. I get up. I'm like, oh, shit. The hell? I look down at my shoes. I see blood on my shoes. I said, oh, fuck, they really shot me. So I get back up to the house. I go up the stairs, get to the house, get the door open. My brother opened up the door. Man, by the time he opened the door, he had his gun in his hands. He was on his way out at the time, man. I'm like, they gone. They gone, bro. And he was like, what the fuck? He said, I was trying to get the gun loaded. And I said, get it loaded. And they shoot like a motherfucker. Why the gun ain't loaded already? So I get on the phone. I call my girl. My brother.
Where were you shot?
Introducing DraftKings Predictions, our new app available in your state, where you can predict.
Right here in the thigh, up by my groin.
Okay.
So I call my girl. I'm bleeding. I haven't seen how much I'm hit yet. I just know it's blood here on my shoes. And my brother come in. He came back in. He like, you on the phone calling that motherfucking girl? You need to call the fucking ambulance. And why is you bleeding all over mama couch? Mama gonna kill you. You bleeding on her couch. So the girl on the phone, she like, yeah, well, I just thought about that. Why the fuck did you call me? Why didn't you call the ambulance? I thought you called the ambulance. I said, no, I ain't calling the ambulance. I was calling you first. And then the cops got there. When he took my pants out, the cops took my pants out, the blood just started skeeting up.
I was wondering, it must have hit an artery.
Yeah, so the white cop, he panicked. The black cop telling him, put pressure on him, because I started like going like down. And he was like, it's too much blood. And the black cop like, move. So he pressing down on my leg. He pressing down on it. He was like, get the ambulance, hurry up, get the ambulance here. So the whole time he's holding pressure on me till the ambulance got there, everything. And I get out the hospital for that, get myself right on that, and I get shot right after that again. I got shot another time. I got shot at
Same group of guys?
No, different group of guys. I got guys try to rob me. I'll go to the train station to pick the same girl up, and my partner at the time, you remember they used to have phone booths.
Mm-hmm.
My partner had to use the phone. He looked at his beeper. He had to use the phone. He goes to the phone booth. That's holding me up. So now me and this girl don't got to arguing. We out in the parking lot arguing. Outside of the car, these young dudes come up. Somebody give it up. I'm like, give it up. Like, yeah, and I'm looking at one of them. I said, I know you. He like, you don't know me? You don't know me? I said, nigga, I know you, nigga. And he was like, you don't know me. I said, yes, I do know you. I said, you're not finna rob me. I said, you got to be crazy. I'm the robber. And I looked at her. I said, man, spit on him. She said, huh? I said, yeah, spit on him so he can get out of my face. And she was like, fool. She spit on him. She spit on him. He was like, man, they spit on me. When he cocked it, I pushed her. I was like, oh, shit, he finna shoot her. I pushed her. When I pushed her, he shot me. Boom. I spent the round. I threw my hands up. I was like, yo, you got it. Go and get the jewelry. He like, oh, nah, you finna die. You dying tonight. I was like, I'm dying. I said, oh, you tripping. By that time, my partner who was on the phone, he had done heard it. Mm-hmm. He had finally caught, and then he said, yo. He said, and all of us looked that away. Even the guy who shot me looked that away. And when he looked that away, I fell on the ground and rolled under the car. I rolled up under the car and I said, shoot him, kill him. I said, do not let them get away from here. My partner went, bum, 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 bum. He just wouldn't let loose. So they get away, they shoot back, they get away. The same ambulance driver who came and got me the first time is the one who got me on this shooting. And he said it. He said, who the hell is trying to kill you, man? Like, he said, you just got shot like 3 weeks ago.
Where'd you get shot this time?
By my knee. This time I got hit by the knee because I was pushing her.
Right.
When I was pushing her, he hit me. Half of the bullet still in my leg. So and the next time I got shot, the guy was shooting at another guy, and the guy he was shooting at was in front of him. He was working for me. And he's trying to get me to stop them from shooting him. So I'm like, get behind me. Mm-hmm. And when he get behind me, he started pulling me though. And he turned me and the dude just started shooting. And he shot me in the back of my leg. And I'm like, oh, stop shooting. I turned around like, yo, stop shooting. What are you doing, bro? He was like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm like, okay, you straight. I'm like, you straight, man. I said, just stop shooting. Let me talk to him. What he owe you? I said, I'll pay his debt. He's like, man, I'm sorry, man. Please just don't kill me. And I'm like, kill you for what? You didn't shoot him.
You didn't realize you'd been shot?
I didn't realize I was shot. And then my other partner was like, yo, sit on the car. And I was like, sit on the car for what? I said, get that gun out of his hand. He was like, no, sit down, bro. You shot. I was like, shot? Looked at him. I said, you know you're going to die, right? He was like, don't kill me, man. I said, you just shot me, bro. He was like, man, please, man, I'll do whatever. Ooh. And I was like, okay, cool. Ooh. And then I told my man, I said, pull my pants up in the back and tell me how I look. Pull it up. He said, I could see the bullet. The bullet didn't go all the way in. And I'm like, for real? He's like, yeah, it's in your calf. And I'm like, you can really see? He's like, yeah. I said, take me to my aunt. Take me to my aunt's house. He said, take me to your aunt's house. You want to go to the doctor? I said, no, take me to my aunt. My aunt, she went to nursing school. I said, if you can see it, she can pull it out. Mm-hmm. So he took me to my aunt. My aunt's dead now. And my aunt seen it. She was like, you don't got shot again? He's like, you just stay in something stupid. You just stay in something stupid. I'm like, well, it wasn't my fault. It's always not your fault. Right. I'm like, it wasn't this time. So she took the bullet out, got me about it and stuff like that, and got me right. And I was like, oh, this is crazy, bro. I got shot 3 different times in the last 4 months. Like, one of them wasn't even my fault. Like, this one here, I just took a bullet just to take a bullet for. Yeah.
So how do you end up in federal prison? How does that end up?
Okay, I ended up in federal prison. This is the story. I never broke it down for anyone.
Well, we had a guy.
I had a guy that I was dealing with out of New York. I want to put his name in there because he was a well-known celebrity too. But I was dealing with him, and he was getting a lot of snow. Just so happened, this guy, we ended up falling out. Do you remember the times when people were hacking the cable boxes?
Yeah.
Okay, he had cable boxes too. He said I shorted him $100 on one of the cable boxes. So I guess that's when he decided to set me up with the feds. But about $100. I was like, how did this come about? But anyway, he came to me and said he wanted some guns. And I was like, what you need a gun for? He was like, I need it for my partner. Woo, woo, woo. So I said, okay, bring your partner by here. And I talked to him. I want to see. He brought the guy with him. The guy that came with him was the agent. Right.
And you're a convicted felon. You're not supposed to have a gun.
I'm a convicted felon. I wasn't, because I was young. I'm still young. I'm still out there. I'm still stupid. I'm still dumb. You feel me? And it happens everywhere. But he brought the guy to me. I felt something was wrong, but I didn't think he would play the part of the guy who I was cool with. Right. And I kept asking the guy, you a Fed? You a police? And he was like, nah. I said, let me search you. I searched him, but not searched the guy I knew. The guy I knew was the one that had the wire on. And we sat there, we talked. Gave him 2 guns, sold him 2 guns. Next thing you know, they came and locked us up. When they came deep. Like, they came deep. They surrounded the whole hotel. I was back in town for like 4 days. I was only supposed to be back in town for a day. They said they had been waiting for me to come back. They didn't know where I was at. And that's when they busted us.
So you were staying at like a hotel or a
No,
motel?
I wasn't staying at a hotel. When I came back to town, I booked a hotel. Because when we were gone, people was telling us, the police looking for y'all. I don't know what they looking for y'all for, but they coming around here deep. They coming deep. And these not regular polices. So we were still out of town. So when we came back, I didn't go home. I booked a hotel. And we were at the hotel. When we were at the hotel, it's a chick I know that I used to mess with. I never knew that they had a bounty on my brother. My brother was wanted for a lot of murders. So they had a bounty out for him for some money. The chick knew my brother was with me. She was trying to flip to get the money for my brother.
Yeah.
And when she did it, she didn't know what she triggered. She triggered them coming for me too. Because they like, oh, his brother, if his brother's there, he's there.
Right.
And they locked us up.
It's funny, we've had a few bounty hunters. The people don't realize, like, the bounty hunters will put feelers out and explain to people in the neighborhood or, in the community that, listen, we're looking for this guy. If you know where he is, we'll give you, could be $200, could be $1,000, depends on how much money they got out, right?
It was 10. It was 10 grand.
Oh, okay. So you must have been out a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, for my little brother, it was 10 grand for him.
And it's typically somebody in the neighborhood that will call and say, listen, this guy's, he's next door, or I know he's at my girlfriend's house. And,
yes,
yeah.
But she wasn't from our neighborhood, though. She was from the east side of Atlanta.
She knew something.
But she knew me.
Right.
And she knew that's my brother. You feel me? But she didn't know they were looking for me. She knew my brother was being looked for because his face was on the news.
Right.
And when she knew he was there, she told them people.
Yeah.
And when they came, they knew. The man said, he said, we know if your brother's here, you were here.
So they grabbed you. So you
they locked us up. They locked me. They locked me up. They locked my brother up. They locked one of my little partners, TJ, up. But at the time, TJ was only 15. So he tried to fight him. They choked him out. They slammed. They did everything until I told him. I said, y'all know y'all finna get in trouble now. He's only 15. They be like, what? So they took their cuffs off for him, trying to take him to the car, walk him to the car, right, and all that. But then my brother, me and him we went to the county jail. So we didn't even know what kind of trouble we were in yet.
Was this in Atlanta?
Yes, sir.
So ACDC? Did you go to ACDC or?
No, we went straight to Fulton County.
Okay.
We went straight to Fulton County, Rice Street. And they separated. When we got there, they separated us from other guys that was known in Atlanta for being big robbers. Like one of the guys, they called him the millionaire robber. And they said, you cannot put these 4 guys together.
Why?
Because all of us was part of a crew.
Oh, okay.
So they couldn't put us together in the jail. So they had one downstairs, one in this floor, one on the 6th floor, one on the 7th floor. They sent me to the 7th floor. And that's when the feds came and got me. That's when I knew it was serious. I was like, the feds?
What were you charged with? Just
sale of weapons and 922G.
Yeah.
Convicted felon with firearm.
Yeah, in possession of a firearm.
Yes, sir.
Or 2. So what? So maybe that's you've got a history. What is that? That's like is that like the 3 years? Is that no? The sale. The sale is what?
No,
5 or 10?
The sale. What they came with was, you've been to the Fed, so you know. What they came with was plead guilty to this, did you drop this?
Right. Well,
I pled guilty to the 922G.
Oh, to that's
the sale.
Yeah, the
sale was gone. I pled guilty to the 922G, convicted felon with a firearm.
Yeah,
because you never put no money in my hand. You put the money on the table.
Right. So what is that? Like if I'm caught with a firearm, I was facing up to 10 years. Oh, so you got like armed? You're a career criminal. You're a career criminal.
I wasn't a career criminal, but I had convictions.
Yeah.
You know, they get a point system on your PSI.
Yeah, so it's going to jack it up.
Yes, sir.
Because like if I get caught with a firearm, it's 3 years, right? Because I only have a couple of charges, or I have a bunch, but it's 2 sets.
And they were really upset with me though, because they say I kept playing with them.
Right.
They say I kept lying to them about my brother.
You're selling guns. They don't like that. You've been caught with a 22 in your glove box. That's different than he's selling guns. You don't know where those guns are going to go. Like they think that's serious.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They took it serious.
Right.
I'm telling you, they took it serious.
So you played it 10 years?
No, when I pled guilty, they said I was playing games. They said I didn't fully admit my wrongdoing, quote unquote.
Yeah. Like, you weren't taking responsibility?
Wasn't taking the responsibility. And I'm like, what do you mean? They said, because you sitting here saying you wouldn't have pled guilty if we wouldn't have had you on the wire. You wouldn't have pled guilty. I'm like, who would plead guilty if you had him on the wire? I was like, that don't mean I'm not taking responsibility,
right?
Though. But so they sentenced me to 92 months.
Okay.
I got sentenced to 92 months, and I got sentenced to 92 months. My brother, he was telling me, don't plead guilty, because he was on the case with me. He was like, don't do it. And I was like, no, they got me. He didn't plead guilty. He beat the feds.
Oh, did he?
He took it to trial. Like his case is in the books. He took it to trial. He beat it because they only had me. The guy who set us up, who wore the wire, he ended up getting shot. And blind. He was blind and everything. He ended up getting shot while we was in jail.
Coincidence? You just got lucky?
No, it wasn't no coincidence. He got caught up in something else.
Oh, okay.
He got caught up in something else, and it wasn't on us. He got caught up in something else, and when he came at us, they like, man, he not gonna be able to testify against your brother. I'm like, what? Oh my God, I don't plead guilty. What have I done? Like, I didn't know. I don't plead guilty by then. So my brother, he skated.
So when I was in Atlanta City Detention Center,
yes, sir,
there was a guy who. There was a bunch of guys. Listen, fucking in Atlanta, these guys are going to fucking trial. Like, I didn't know anybody that's going to trial. Like, it was insane how many guys were going to trial that I was in there with. This one guy was, goes to court every morning, right? They wake up, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. They're taking them out, and they're coming back at 6 and 7 o'clock at night there. And this guy, he went like it was like a couple of day trial, maybe 2-3 days. But I remember his cellie was like, man, it's bad, bro. Like he's I don't know if he's gonna beat this. And it was just he was a felon in possession of a firearm. But I don't know the particulars of the case. Whatever it was, he felt he could beat it. And his cellie's like, bro, none of these guys are beating it. They're all coming back devastated. Yeah. And he said, I'll know. He said, I'll know if he wins today, because he said he's gonna come visit me. I mean, he had left that morning.
Yes, sir.
And we were all like, what a fucking cocky, you ain't coming back nowhere. That's not happening at all. He beat the fucking case, and then at like 4 o'clock or something, he got called to visitation, walked up, and he's sitting on the other cell in his other side of the glass in his street clothes. He's like, I told you. And listen, when that dude came back out, he was screaming, top tiers, like, fucking, you're not going to believe this. And we were all like,
he beat it.
He beat the charge. And how easy of a case is that? You're an armed career, but I think it was like in the glove box or under the somehow or another. But either way, he didn't
have constructed.
He didn't have possession,
of
but
you got to have constructive
possession. It's still in your car.
Was the car in his name?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know the particulars, but somehow or another he felt. But you see so many guys that you hear their whole case, and you're like, oh damn, bro, you're walking. Yeah, they don't have anything. Fucking guy comes back just devastated, guilty,
holding his head down.
4 months later, 20 years, and you're like,
oh my God.
Right. But this guy, I always loved that. I always loved that he came back the same day and visited his cellie, because most guys don't. They're just gone.
My brother beat it. It shocked me.
Yeah, that's.
It shocked me, because I was in the holding tank. Like, he came downstairs. I thought it was something wrong, because he was holding his head down. And when he walked by the cell to go in his cell, he was like, "I'll see you later." And I was like, "What'd they do?" He was like, "I beat it." I was like, what? I said, oh my God, you beat it?
What did I do?
And then he was like, I told you not to plead guilty.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man. But I was already locked in.
So where'd you go to, where'd they send you?
Started out in USP Atlanta.
Okay.
I was in the USP Atlanta, I was in B House, B3. Stayed in B3. I was in B3 for 3 years, then got caught up in a stabbing. They put us in the hole. Then I got transferred to Beaumont. I got transferred to Beaumont, USP, Bloody Beaumont.
A little bit bloody.
Bloody Beaumont, yeah, I went to Bloody Beaumont. I was 139th person on that yard.
Anything happen at Beaumont? Just
No, some things happened in Beaumont too, but I got groomed. Before I left Atlanta, there was a few guys that was trying to groom me because I was still young and I still had a wild mentality. Like Mike Tessetta, he was my cellie. You ever heard of Mike Tessetta? Mm-hmm. He's one of the capos in the mob out of Jersey. He was my cellie. And Walter Thody, one of the white supremacists, he's one of the top white supremacists in the country. He was my cellie for like a year and a half in Atlanta. Like, that's the best cellie I had. It's funny. Hey, that's crazy, ain't it? The white supremacists.
Especially a Muslim
and a white
yeah.
supremacist in the cell together.
Yeah.
I slept on the top bunk, he slept on the bottom bunk. But he was the best cellie that I've ever had. And I'm telling you now, he was the guy, I learned a lot from him. Like, he knew the Bible, he knew everything. And his thing was like, he just felt like he wanted his people to have a section of the world and black people should have a section. Then I said, I used to ask him, I said, what about everybody else, the Mexicans and all them? He like, I don't care what you do with them. He said, I was just telling you this what it is with me. Boom. And so when I went to Beaumont, I was in Beaumont for almost a year, then got caught up there.
Things keep happening to you.
No, there's something that happened that it go from playing cards. You know, that's something, it's a lesson learned. You know, every time something happens, there's a lesson learned behind that. And I got caught up in something right there because I'm at the table. Two guys got into it, got to gambling, and one guy burnt the other guy up.
Burn him up? You mean like
He boiled the floor scraper, the wax.
Threw it on him.
And threw it on him while he was asleep.
Oh.
So when they ran everything back, me, dumb, I'm sitting at the table. And I'm gambling with him. And I go to the hole for that, come out the hole for that, and I go back in the hole, I get caught with 2 shanks. Then I get transferred to Long Park.
Chime exists to help everyday Americans make it. When you get paid on your terms, your world opens.
Pete was at Long Park.
Long Park USP, right?
Huh?
Long Park USP.
Yeah, I think he was at the. Is there a medium?
No. Long
So
Park
is
USP.
it just a pin? Is it a pin?
That's
and
all
a
I
camp?
knew. That's all I knew. But the Long Park USP, if they put a camp out there now, that's something new to me.
Yeah, well, okay, because he wouldn't have gone to a camp anyway. He's got
something new to me.
double murder charge, conspiracy charge on him. So it probably was but he went from there to the low.
Long Park has a low? I know they had Terminal Island. I know they had Terminal Island out there.
No, I'm just saying he was transferred from Long Park to the low at Coleman.
Oh, at Coleman?
At Coleman. So I usually don't jump from a pen
how he
to
pulled that? That was what I was going to say. How he pulled that off? From the penitentiary?
That's what I'm saying. I think I got it wrong.
Yes,
I'm sure he'll tell. That's not what happened.
Okay.
You're not doing that. What are you talking about? So
yes, sir.
I probably got it wrong. But so what? I mean, how long is this? What happened? What's going on? How long is this?
When I get to Long Park, you say how long is this going on? So when I get to Long Park, they put me in the hole. It really blew my mind. It messed me up. Like I was like, how did y'all transfer me here to put me directly in the hole? And when I was in the hole, they put me in that hole for 11 months, man.
Well,
I was
why?
They never told me. They never told me. They wouldn't let me get no mail. They wouldn't let me get no phone calls. I couldn't get visits. They stopped everything. Like when I was out there, I couldn't get my commissary. They froze my commissary account. So that's when I met the real Freeway Rick Ross. Freeway, the real.
Oh yeah. We interviewed him.
Oh, you did? Yeah. He knows me. That's when I met him. So he would buy commissary. He'd give me commissary. Reese. I met Prince on the big case with the Supreme team.
Okay.
Preem's nephew. Prince was out there with me. So they would look out for me. They would buy commissary and make sure that I had commissary and stuff while I was in there. That's when I started writing. I started writing screenplays. I started writing music and stuff, getting into myself and just working out more. Because I was like, for some reason, they don't want me in the population. Like, why would y'all just lock me up in this hole? I don't know nobody here. I don't know nobody here. You feel me?
Right. Well, I mean, in your jacket so far, there's a stabbing,
violence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Multiple. Yeah. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you stay there for 11 months, and then what?
I stayed for 11 months. Then they transferred me. I go to Arizona.
Well, you're all over the place.
I went to Arizona. When I went to Arizona, I get into it in Arizona because some things happened.
What was the
with the Spanish guys?
What's the name of the prison there?
Tucson.
Okay.
Went to Tucson. I went to Tucson. Some things happened with the Spanish guys and the blacks. And it wasn't really against all the blacks. It was certain ones. But one of the Spanish guys, one of the gang leaders, he came to me while we were in Unicor working.
Right.
And he brought me a list. And he like, these are the guys we're going to hit. Your name is not on the list. I was like, are you crazy? Can't let you do that. He was like, what do you mean? I said, bro, you was in the USP with me. So you know, if I let you do this, they're going to kill me when I get back to the East Coast, right? You know that, right? He was like, nah. I was like, you tripping. And we just set it off, shut the prison down for 2 weeks. I ended up knocking him out, shut the prison down for 2 weeks. Then I wrote the congressman guy, what is his name? The guy who died. He's tried to run for president. He's from Arizona. He was the congressman of Arizona.
Oh, yeah. McCain.
I wrote McCain. He was the I wrote him a letter. I wrote him a long letter. Mm-hmm. But, okay, I don't want to leave specifics out. Because it was weird. When I did my time, it was kind of weird, the things that would happen with me. When we got into it with the Spanish guys, believe it or not, the Aryan brothers helped me. The Aryan brothers helped me. I couldn't believe it. The guy named Spike, he helped me. He was like, no, I had to help you because I've never seen no black guy do what you did. He like, y'all outnumbered. There's only 20 blacks in this whole prison. We was at a prison with only 20 blacks. You had to have at least 1,000 Spanish guys. It was only like 15 white guys and like 20 Indians. Everything else was Spanish. Mm-hmm. And he helped me and then stayed in the hole for a while. Then McCain got me transferred to Pennsylvania. So I left there and went to Pennsylvania.
What president's?
I come through Lewisburg and then I ended up in Allenwood, USP. And I was released from Allenwood, USP. But 26 days before I was going home, before my first release date was us, I almost caught a free word charge because I was in that gambling again and get into it with a guy. And he tried to cut me with a razor. If you look at my face good, you can see a little bit of it because I moved back. I saw it. And I moved back and I ended up beating him up and breaking his face. He had to have surgery and stuff. I ended up breaking his face, some stuff. I ended up catching 60 more days behind that.
It's funny whenever people are like, do you have any real problems? I'm like, I didn't have any more problems than you would have had in just a shitty high school.
Yes, sir.
But I was like, I don't gamble. I don't run up debts. I don't gossip. I'm not going to argue about the TV.
TV or the phone.
Or the phone. Like all the things that people get into trouble with, get into trouble. It's always the same. It's like the TV, the gambling,
my problem came from gambling.
Right.
I told you what happened in Beaumont. We sitting there gambling. Happened at Allenwood. Mm-hmm. We shooting dice, gambling. That's what that was that problem came from.
Yeah, I seen a guy get stabbed in Atlanta City detention center. Same thing, it was just gambling. And it was just you just get jacked up and excited, and tempers flare and people talk shit, and next thing you know,
that's how it goes. It's going down.
With a pen, and you're like, what the?
That's how it's going down. I seen a guy get stabbed in the cafeteria in front of the warden in Atlanta USP, like about a $2 debt, and he didn't have but a week to go home. Mm-hmm. He got killed. He had a week to go home about a $2 debt from gambling and shooting dice.
Shit, you can have everything I got. I'm going home. I don't care.
I'm going to the hole.
Yeah.
I know how to go to the hole and lay down. for this last little week. Yes,
so you're released.
2002.
You go back to Atlanta?
No, I went to Pennsylvania. I went to Philadelphia.
Okay.
Because I had connections up there. That's where I was before we came. Remember I told you I came back to Atlanta for those 4 days. I was in Philadelphia.
Okay.
We were up there hustling.
So what do you do when you get out?
And I got out.
You're on supervised release, right?
I'm on supervised release. I had 3 years supervised release. And when I got out, one of my children's mother, she was telling my child's mother then, but I got her pregnant like three months later. But she was telling me to get a job. I'm like, get a job? I'm like, I'm doing music.
It's crazy talk.
I'm doing music. You tripping. Like, I've never had a job. And she's like, you gonna help pay these bills? So I'm like, all right, man. So I tried. I'm not gonna I tried. I actually tried, but it didn't work. It didn't. I couldn't do it.
What kind of jobs you get?
I tried to do carpet cleaning.
Okay.
I tried, that didn't work. That didn't work. I couldn't do it because my mind was so focused on doing music. I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to do music. I want to do music. So my first 4 months out, I was offered a record deal.
Do music like you're saying rap, or are you saying produce? Or,
yes, rapping.
All right.
So my first 4 months out, I was offered a record deal. I was offered a record deal with Beanie Siegel and Jay-Z. Beanie Siegel, I rapped for Beanie Siegel in his mom's house for him.
How did they find you? Even
I wrote Beans while I was locked up. A lot of people don't know that. I wrote Beans while I was locked up because I was in there with He was like one of the biggest drug dealers to come out of Philadelphia, one of the youngest too. And he was like one of my mentors in Allenwood. He was cool. He was real cool. He was trying to keep me out of trouble, do everything. He had a life sentence. So he told me, when you go home, this is what I need you to do. Don't worry about nothing else. Do this right here. And I came home. I'm listening to my baby mother at the time. She told me, get a job. That ain't what he said do. He know what we got to do.
What's he saying?
He's saying, go to the studio.
Okay.
Go see Beans. Do this. Say my name. When you say my name, everything gonna open up for you. Don't worry about it. So I said Beans, and I told him, I said, you got my letter? He like, yeah, I got your letter. So I had got $5,000 from He had somebody bring me $5,000.
Nice.
Show him the $5,000. He like, show him the $5,000. Tell him, if he feel like you wasting his time, you're gonna pay him the $5,000 for wasting his time. But if you hot, tell him to be truthful with it. And that's what we told him in the letter, and that's exactly what we did. And he wanted to sign me. So I kept the $5,000. I get to keep the $5,000. So I didn't sign with Beans though, because I feel like you got all these people up under you at the time. You had everybody on state property. You got those Skinos, you got Sparks, you got Petey Crack, you got Freeway, you got a lot of artists up under you. I'm a boss like you. I can't do it. I'm not a boss for us financially, but street, trust me, I'm a boss like you. I'm on a different level with it though.
So what's the next move then?
The next move was I turned them down, but I ended up going on the road with Floetry. It's a neo soul group named Floetry. They was doing a tour with India Arie at the time, the Voice the India tour. So I'm cool with, by me being with I'm cool with Jay Irvin, which is Dr. J's son. Remember the basketball player Dr. J? The old school basketball player Dr. J, Julius Irvin.
Okay, it sounds familiar. What year is this?
This year that we're together, this is in 2002.
Okay.
When I'm with them, but I'm saying Dr. J, he had retired by then, but I'm saying his son is Jay Irvin.
All right.
Jay Irvin was helping managing Eve. He was managing a lot of artists at the time, but he the one got me on the tour with Floetry. They put me down as security because he wanted me to know the business. I wasn't no security. He was like, you're down as security, I'm gonna pay you as security, but this is what I need you to do. I need you to watch everything I do. Watch contracts. You see, ask me any question you need to ask me. You wanted me to know the business because this is what set up. Wanted me to really go into music and get my own company so everything will be all right with me. When he comes home, everything would be all right. He wouldn't have to worry about nothing.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, cool. When I went on tour with them, as I'm on tour with them, I'm study recording at the same time. We're going on tour. I'm learning everything. That's when I ended up getting my first deal. I got my first deal with Universal Records. I got it for my first single. My first single was called Motherfucker with David Banner. So I'm in there with David Banner. David Banner's a big producer too. You probably never heard of him either.
No.
He's a big producer out of Mississippi. He produces a lot of rap songs. He do a lot of, he got some animated TV shows and everything now. But he produces my song. He tells them, nah, don't let him sign this deal. Give him a full record deal. Don't leave him as a single deal. He's gonna make a lot of money. So that's how I got that deal through them. And then let's say like a year or so later, everything was going good. A year or so later, they start firing a lot of people at Universal Records. They started firing a lot of people. We was getting held up. We was getting held up in so much paperwork that was going on. Like they ended up getting, the first thing they gave us quite a bit of money. I almost got $1 million out of them. Like seriously.
Right.
But,
are you touring? Is there actually
no?
an album?
We wasn't touring.
They're
yet.
slow. They're kind of
Like we're recording.
right.
We're recording, but the thing was with us was they gave me a budget. We never spent their budget.
Okay.
We never spent their budget to get the album did. So when we come back to them, they like, how did y'all get all these songs did? Y'all haven't even touched this budget. And we're like, because we know people. Like we know these people. We can go to these people and do certain things y'all can't do. And we was like, but y'all owe us that check though, that whole entire check. We need that check.
Right.
And that's when we got caught up in all the paperwork. They didn't want to turn the money over. You don't want to turn, why you don't want to turn the money over? Because we got something did that you couldn't do. And then we like, well, just let us go then. Just let us go. So they let us go. And that's when I went back to Atlanta, came back to Atlanta. And when I went to Atlanta, I got with T.I.
How'd that happen?
Through Block. One of my partners named Block. Because he had Block Entertainment. And I did state time with him too. Did state prison time with him, but he hadn't came home and he hadn't got his own record label. He put out the group Boys in the Hood, Young Jeezy, and all those guys.
Okay, yeah, no, I've heard those.
Okay, he put those guys out, and he was asking me like, "What you want to do? You want to do?" And I was like, "No, I want to rap. That's what I want to do." He like, "Rap? You tripping? You muscle? You don't do no rapping. We can take everything from these guys." Like, I'm like, "No, we're not taking everything from these guys. I'm not trying to go back to prison with you. I'm not doing it." He's like, "I'm telling you now, we can get some real money. We can take it, we can do it legally." And I'm like, "How you do that legally in music?" He said, "Just record the music, don't get nobody to sign off on it and put it out." And I'm like, I don't know.
Well, then they can sue you, but are they going to sue you?
Put it out as a mixtape. Back then, mixtapes was selling like real,
Right.
like real albums were selling. Yeah. So that's when he hooked me up with T.I., Tip. Because I did a song with Tip, but we had him pay Tip cash to do the song. So the song I did with him at the time, it was him, it was me, Tip, Trina. You heard of Trina?
Yeah. Is T.I. already?
He was already doing his thing. He was already popping then.
Okay.
He was already popping then. He had that's when he came out with that new album with the You Don't Know Me and 24s. He came out with all that right there. And at the time I had recorded with him. And when I recorded with him, we sat down, we had a meeting, and we did a handshake deal. You the king, I'm the muscle. You the king, you know you the king. You the king of the South, right? Yeah, but I'm the muscle. You got a problem? I can get it handled, but I'm still an artist.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I probably would have said I'm the muscle.
I'm the muscle.
I know,
I was
but
the muscle. Like everybody knew that.
right.
Anybody that knew it, needs to go from the police. It goes for the police. Everybody knew that. Like they knew my reputation.
Right, but you're trying to be. Aren't you trying to get away from that? Or you're
It was trying to get away from it, but it was at the same time we're dealing with music. We're dealing with an industry that's like the streets.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, I know. No,
Like,
people are getting shot.
Yeah, a lot of
getting,
these guys are savages.
Yeah,
So,
no, everybody you've mentioned. I met him in prison. I met him in prison. I met him in
so they
prison.
called it. My name became the Grand Hustle Muscle. That was my name. Like, so it stuck with me. It stuck with me, Grand Hustle Muscle. But I was the same way in the booth. I was a muscle on the mic. So it just stuck with me, and we ran with it from there.
So, I mean, are you making money at this point? Are
Yes.
you okay?
Yes, by that time, I started making money, started doing shows. I was doing shows and everything. Like he gave me an opportunity. He opened the door for me, like wide open. Like he didn't just crack it, he opened it up. Like, go get it. Go get it. As much as you can carry, go get it. Oh, and I went to get it.
I don't understand what that means. What is that
like opportunity as far as doing music. Like
okay,
do
so
music.
you're able. So you're going. Are you on, like,
I can
tour?
do music. Yeah, so we was on tour. We doing shows. We doing, but opportunities like I got a clothing deal. That was an opportunity.
Right.
That's what I mean. Go get the money. Go get the money. Like use the brand to get more money. Use the brand to get more money.
And you're recording.
We
more songs.
We record more songs. We're doing shows.
When you say doing shows, like, are they like? Is it like a tour, or is it?
Yeah, we do promo. We was doing promo tours. We was doing club dates. We was doing everything. I went on tour with him when he did his big tour for the King album and everything.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And so you go on, like you're one of the, is it multiple acts, and you go on?
You have multiple acts, but it's like it was his tour.
Okay.
So songs that I had with him, he would bring us out on the set.
Okay, but you get out there, people see you,
People
you're being
see
recorded.
you more.
Who is this guy?
It's making your name bigger. It's
Right.
giving you more of a platform
Okay.
to go get it. That's what I mean, go get it. Now if I give you this platform, now it's time for you to go get it. I showed you how to fish.
What year is this?
This is in 2005. When I get with T.I., Tip, everybody knows Tip, T.I. I get with him, we doing our thing, but he ended up catching a federal gun case. He catches a federal gun case because he had one of his bodyguards to buy weapons. That's what they charged him with.
And he's a felon.
He's a felon, but your bodyguard can buy weapons.
Yeah.
That's your bodyguard. But they saying the bodyguard was buying weapons for him personally.
So constructive possession.
And when that happened, my name gets caught up. Here I go. My name gets caught up in the mix of this. I have nothing to do with his case.
Right.
Now, let's put that on the record too. I had nothing to do with his case. You look through his whole paperwork. I had nothing to do with that shit.
So why does your name even
My name come up, they say I snitched on him.
Okay.
Like I'm the bodyguard. I'm not the bodyguard.
But she didn't buy the weapons. You didn't.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not
It
in
wasn't
trouble.
me. It wasn't me. But this is what the people say. Because of the fact, the old stuff I had with the feds, the old case I had, and then while I was in the feds, I ended up having to go to court, and I lied on the dude.
Oh, okay.
I can explain that to
Yeah,
you.
explain that. Yeah.
Right. Something I did caught up with me in the past. Something I did caught up with me. And the guy I did it for, I'm finna explain it to you.
Okay.
Because you look at
I don't-
details.
yeah,
you're like,
something.
You're
What's
like, give me the meat.
something?
You're like, give me the meat. Give me the meat. So the guy I did something for,
Did you know that you can form a Florida LLC for $0 plus state fees? It's really easy using Zen Business. Click on Start LLC.
he kingpin status. Other guys kingpin status. He having a conversation with them. A guy who helped me is cool with one of the kingpins. This guy's finna turn on me about something we did. I'm sitting in the feds already, so he's finna give something else up. I'm
He's
like,
about you to get you indicted on another charge.
30, 40 more years on the plea out.
Okay. We don't want to talk about
Yeah,
what
yeah,
that
no,
is.
no,
Okay.
no.
So he's going to get
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
He's ready to get you indicted.
Yes, sir. So I got called to a meeting in the feds. So you've been in Atlanta USP holdover. So I got called over there. They were still in holdover. I was on the yard during my time. And I was like, why? What they want? And the guy who came and got me, he was like, I'm just telling you, man, something big going down. And I think you need to pay attention what they say to you when you get over there. I said, well, they gonna kill me? He was like, no, I don't think they're gonna kill you. He said, it's something bad. You'll find out when you get over there. He said, I'm gonna walk you over there when they call the 10-minute move. So he walked me over there doing the 10-minute move. I went in. I went in the room with the guys. I was in the room with the guys. Like, I knew of these guys, but I only know one person in here personally. But I know of all y'all. And he was like, this was going down. And I was like, huh? They're like, yeah, we got a dude he finna get indicted. They're like that. And I'm like, he finna get indicted? Or he indicted? They're like, he's indicted, but he finna get indicted again. And needs you to lie on him. I said, who? He said his name. And I was like, I don't know that dude. I'm allowing this dude. They're like, we're gonna give you everything you need to know. And see, the people in the streets, to everybody else, they thought it was the feds did it. No. It was the dudes who run in the streets. The dudes who run in the streets, the shot callers, did this. This goes on everywhere. This is what people don't get. You feel me? And I was like, how is that gonna work? And they was like, it's gonna work if you just listen to how we tell you to do it. I'm like, okay. All right, I felt better if you'd have told me to stab him. You feel me? But you know this is gonna come back and bite me in my ass later on, right? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. We got you. I said, so what about other dude who you saying gonna tell on me? He ain't gonna say nothing as long as you do this. So I lied on the dude. I went to the court, lied on the dude.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's
why you looking like that?
That's as specific as we're gonna of an explanation as we're gonna get.
No, I'm being specific information. I lied on the dude because they gave me a story to make up on him.
Okay.
The other guys, these guys he was messing with though.
Right.
It was like, tell him you got this from him, tell him you got that from him, tell him you got this from him. And I'm like, ain't gonna add. They were like, yo, anything we giving you is gonna add up. You just do it.
Right.
You just do exactly what we tell you. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I can't argue with these dudes because I don't know how this is gonna end. You feel me? I'm still young.
Right.
I don't know how this is gonna end. If I turn them down and knowing this information that they don't gave me in this room, and I turn you down, who's to say that y'all can send nobody to stab me and kill me on the yard?
Right.
Because I know something that y'all finna pull.
So what? Some attorneys come to talk to you?
No.
No? You just one day you're on the list and you go to court?
He told they're gonna give your name to the people.
Okay.
And they gave my name to the people for real.
One day you're on the bus.
Next day I'm on the bus. And they like, we're gonna talk to you. And they got me down in the courthouse and they was like, so you know this guy? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, so what kind of business you did with him? And I told them everything they told me to tell them. The guys told me to tell them. And they was like, okay, bet. Boom, then the next thing you know, the dude was going to court. And they called me in court to lie on him.
So you go in, you say this story.
And say the story.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I say the story, I come back and I let them know. I was like, I said everything, dude.
This takes place over the course of like 6 months, right? Like this doesn't happen in like 2 weeks. This is
no. This take place over like 5 months.
Okay.
Over like a 4-5 month span.
Because the way you're saying it, people are thinking this is like a week later.
It wasn't no week later. When he ended up going to court, I had to go down to court. Then I lied on the guy. When I come back, I report to the guys in the jail and tell them I did what you wanted me to do. They're like, okay, what did you say? I told them what I said, and they're like, cool, boom, boom, we'll find out what's going on. And I'm steady trying to figure out how y'all gonna know everything going on at that courthouse, though. Come to find out, the guy on trial with him is setting him up too.
Okay.
They paying for his lawyer. They making him go to court, go to trial. They paying for his lawyer and everything. The whole time they're setting him up for the fall. The guy on trial with him was really one of the bosses. Was trying to get it to where his name wasn't brought up in everything. And that's when I started figuring stuff. I'm like, yo, this is a dirty game.
We are gardeners.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
This is a real dirty game in this feds.
So this guy ends up getting found guilty.
Yes, sir.
But these are the only guys that know that you testified, right? So you're not.
No, once you leave to go out to court from the penitentiary, everybody like, why is you going back to court?
Yeah. Well, I think the penitentiary is different than Coleman. Coleman, you say, oh, I'm going back on my 2255. You know, and everybody kind of just believes you because everybody at Coleman, like 80% of the guys cooperate. They're like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
In the USP, they knew it. Yeah, see, and that's why people in the street were like, well, if you snitch, you supposed to be a snitch. They should have killed you on the yard. Like, you got people who would say that in the comments and stuff, but I'm like,
That's not what
you don't know no better because you just talking. You never been there. The guys in there knew that these guys had me to lie on this guy.
Right.
Because it was going on through the whole system. You've been there.
You're protected, but even if there are other guys on the yard that are upset about it, they're not going to fucking do anything about it because you're
because it's big. It's bigger than what they are looking at it. You feel me?
Right.
Like you got smaller guys that might say, "Ooh," but they don't know what these guys working out. These are the shot callers. Like these are the guys who call the shots. If they want you dead, you can come up dead.
Yeah. So they just tell these guys shut
you
your
mind
mouth,
your business. Mind your business. Shut your mouth.
Okay, so and then you finish out your sentence. You leave. Now you're with T.I.
Yes, sir. And then when he caught his case,
but you don't have a great reputation
because of that.
Yes.
Once he caught his case,
people think, oh, it's
people
him.
thinking I did it because then they put it out there.
Yeah,
they put it out there in the paperwork. But I'm like, somebody put that out in the paperwork. It had to be somebody did that to get the heat off of him, though.
Right.
They had, because people were saying he told. They were saying T.I. told.
Right.
So I'm like, somebody trying to get the heat off him by putting me out there, making me the sacrificial lamb. But I ain't never told on him. I ain't told on him. I don't lie on the dude. I ain't snitching on no dude. Right. You crazy? I mean, the dudes I done did stuff with, is you crazy? You know, maybe you lost your mind. And then he cut me off. He did a public cutoff. So
T.I. has this guy buy a bunch of guns. He gets arrested. Is it like a sting? He
got himself caught up in the sting doing stupidity.
Okay.
That was stupidity. You know what I'm saying? That's straight stupidity. I ain't never said it to nobody. I just said to him, I would want to talk to him and say it to him face to face. You feel what I'm saying? Because I still got love for him, but at the same time, I don't like how he handled it because you got yourself caught up in stupidity.
But he got himself caught up. But then when it hit the media or whatever, the industry, the public perception was that you set him up, even though he's got the paperwork. He knows that's not the case.
But he won't come out and say it to the public. Yeah, and that's a bad thing. You feel me?
No,
much as me and him done been through, like much as we done been through. Like could have lost my life for you, not just freedom. Could have lost my life for this man. Like I'm willing to lay down my life and my freedom for you, bro. Like we went through a lot together. So my thing is, why would you publicly cut me off like that?
Yeah.
How did like when you say he publicly cut you off? Like, is there a certain?
He cut me off by. They came on the radio. I was in the hospital, man. When it happened, I was in the hospital. I had just got pulled over by some cops. The cops I got pulled over by, they lied and said I got into it at a club. And I said, how did I come from a club? No, they said, description of your truck. When you drove by, description of this vehicle fits the description that they saying the guys just got to fighting at the club. Ooh. And then they lied and said I jumped off the building and broke both of my legs. I didn't jump. I started to jump off the building, but then I noticed I was too far up. I tried to pull myself up, and I told the cop, I give up. And he said, no, nigga. He said it just like that, no, nigga. And hit my hands off of it. The same cops, they got caught up, and they were arrested later on because they did something crazy. And I told them, I said, didn't I tell y'all this is what they did? They did it to me. Look what they just did to these other people. Their names, looked them up, the cop on my paperwork, their names are caught up, and they end up losing their jobs and stuff.
So you were, okay, so at this point, you're in the hospital.
I'm in the hospital handcuffed to the bed because they found a gun in the vehicle.
Okay.
When they came out to my vehicle, when they pulled me over, they told me it was a fight, somebody said they were getting guns and all that. They pulled me over, they went straight in my vehicle. I get out of the car, they went straight in the vehicle. I'm still on my phone talking. I'm talking to this chick that I used to talk to. She was a sergeant for the Fulton County Sheriff's Department. I'm talking to her and she telling, put it on speaker, put it on speaker. So I'm putting it on speaker and she asking them, what's your badge number? Why is you pulling him over? They were like, we don't want to talk to you. Boom. So then they come out the car with the gun. I'm like, yo, get your sergeant here. Then it went to a combative thing now, to where I won't let you handcuff me.
Here's the ultimate hack to market your business. Must do number one, centralize your online presence. Sign up to Linktree.
I'm not going to let you handcuff me because you're tripping right now. I started running from them. They hit me with the blackjack. They sprayed me with the pepper spray. Boom. And then that's when I tried to jump over the thing. But Once I knew as I was up so far, I tried to get back over that wall. He hit my hands off, broke both of my legs. So I'm in the hospital handcuffed to the bed.
If you sleep hot at night, you know how disruptive that can be. When you're not
T.I., I talked to T.I. while I was in that hospital. See, nobody in the world never knew this. I spoke with him on the phone while I was inside that hospital.
right.
He's supposed to have been meeting my attorney to give my attorney $40,000 till I got out of there. He's get an attorney $40,000, take the case, get me a bond, get me out of jail. I can give your money back once I get out. My attorney went to meet him, and my attorney the one heard it on the radio.
And what he just said, you know, he's not messing with you anymore.
Yeah, my attorney was he was shocked because he just got on the phone with you 10 minutes ago and you supposed to be meeting him.
Right.
How did you end up on the radio saying this? So my attorney came to the hospital and he was like, your boy just put you out there bad, man. I'm like, what happened? And he tell me, I'm like, what? I'm like, man, get me out of this hospital. Get me out of this hospital now. He's like, you can't even walk. So what are you doing? You just got to wait it out. He's like, who else did I need to call? So I told him to call a couple guys. They got the money up, give him the money, got me a bun, got me out. Then I went to look for T.I. I went to the office looking for him. I came to the office on a stretcher. I was on a stretcher looking for him. And I talked to the chick, Hannah, and she was like, he's in California. I'm like, so you telling me he did this to me, went to the radio and did all this to me, then he went to California? Like, he left me for dead. That's what you're telling me, he left me for dead. She like, I don't even know what to tell you, baby. Like, that's all I can tell you. That's what he did to you. And I was like, cool. Like, I never expected what I had to go through, what I went through, like, from being on top one day and then the next day, all the doors that I'm usually walking through are suddenly closed. All the phone calls slow up. Like, it just happened all of a sudden. Like, it's like boom, but it wasn't a loud boom. It was like a quiet boom. And I was shocked. I was like, it took me through a mental thing. I went through a Great Depression behind that, like for real. So
let's play out the T.I. thing. What happens in his case? Because he gets caught, like, these are like machine guns. And
he gets a year and a day.
Well, I know, but he's looking at like 30 years or something ridiculous,
They say
right?
he was looking at 20 years or so.
20? Okay.
Yeah, so they say he was looking at 20 years or so and better like that. But before all this happened, when he got his year and a day before all this happened to me, before he did this to me,
okay,
he had already got his year and a day. And the day he got his year and a day, the attorney that I had, the same attorney, called me to his office. He's like, I need you to come to my office. You need to come now. So I come to the office and I'm like, what's up? He's sitting there with one of his investigators. He say, you know, your boy just got a year and a day, right? I'm like, for real? How you know that? I said, because I don't even know it yet. He says, all over the radio, everything. And I'm like, oh, that's what's up. He said, no, that ain't what's up. I'm like, what do you mean? That's not what's up. I said, he didn't get nothing but a year and a day. That's what's up. He said, I was a prosecutor before I was an attorney. You don't get a year and a day.
No, it's not possible.
Like that, for something like that. And I was like, nah, not my man. I said,
There's
nah.
a mandatory minimum.
Yeah, but I told the lawyer, not my man.
Right.
He wouldn't do it. He's like, you sure? I was like, that's my man. Trust me. He wouldn't do that. He said, I need you to watch yourself. I'm like, why I gotta watch myself? He said, because I really think something about to happen. I really need you to watch yourself. And I'm like, nah, that's my man. That's my dog. I leave there. When I leave there, I went and found Tip. I went to T.I. and told him. I said, you know, my lawyer just told me. He's like, what's up? I said, he told me you got a year and a day. You didn't call me. He's like, yeah, we was trying to celebrate. We was doing all over. So I said, why isn't my attorney scared that you finna do something to me? He like, what? And I was like, yeah, that's what he told me. He told me to watch myself. I said, did you say anything to them people? He like, man, come on, man. I said, man, I'm just asking. I know you didn't. I got to ask.
How do you know he didn't? You cannot get a year and a day. There's no other. There is no other avenue other than a 5K1 or a Rule 35.
But they got some guys down there that they can seal it up too. But I'm banking on this is my dog. Like, say that he said nothing. I still can't say it because nothing came out. But I can say it was strange for a year and a day. I can actually say that.
I thought he ended up. Doesn't he end up testifying in a trial?
In the murder trial?
Yeah.
That was one of his conditions of being out, the things he had to do.
That's how he got a year and a day. Like, what, I don't.
Listen, man. Hey, I don't know. I can't.
I mean, I don't think it's up for debate. Everybody knows that's what happened.
He said it's not up for debate.
Yeah.
He said it's not okay. Okay, you said it's not up for debate. But I'm telling you, I myself personally,
Right.
I'm around there campaigning for the man. I'm telling them, no, he ain't told nothing. I'm telling everybody he ain't told nothing. So when
Yeah, I'm not downing him. I'm saying he did the right thing. I don't want to go to jail for 20 years. Fuck you.
I got you, but I'm saying, I get it like this. If it was somebody else, I'd be like, yeah, they snitched.
Right.
They told. But even today, after he did me like he did me, I'm still trying to hold on and give him the benefit of the doubt. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really trying to do that. And my people get on me. Like, they get on me about this. Like, you tripping. Like, are you serious right now? I'm like, you gotta get it.
This is like Joey Merlino going on Patrick Bet-David and looking at Patrick Bet-David saying, there is no mafia. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I said it is no mafia.
Talking about.
That's what my people say.
Yeah.
They be like, yo, you tripping. I'm like, I can't say that though, man. You know, I ain't gonna put no jacket on you unless I see the real paperwork.
She said a really good lawyer.
You know, like I know. That's the feds, man. That's the feds. The feds don't care about your money or your lawyer. You're wasting money. You're wasting your money with a lawyer with the feds.
So what happens after he basically he just steps away and, you know, lets everybody
I went into like a depression. You know, everybody, you know, you got all these most of the do boys in the industry. Everybody follow suit.
Mm-hmm.
With him, you feel me? Everybody want to follow suit. I ain't getting no calls no more. I ain't messing with nobody. But I'm in a deep depression at the time. You feel me? And he was doing this thing, and I sat back. I just sat back and I let it play out. I just let it play out. Watch. I just sat back in the corner and watched. But I still was talking to guys over there on the label, guys that be with him every day, and they were saying even his uncle was looking out for me. His uncle was giving me money here and there. Anytime I go see him, right to the day, if I go see his uncle, he'll give me some money. He always say the same thing. I don't like how he did you.
Right.
And then his uncle's like, you think somebody down there with a 20-count gun charge, you think they ain't said nothing?
Yeah, no.
And I was like, I can't say that, bro. And then he was like, yeah, you got too much love.
Yeah, you're felon. I'm as soft as you can get. If I get caught with a fucking firearm, I'm doing 3 years.
Yes, sir.
Man, there's a way around it, but that's the only way.
Yes, sir.
Oh no, I had a good lawyer. You didn't have a good lawyer, bro.
Not with the feds.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, sir.
So what happened? So did you continue to try and like further your career?
No, I said, but I was depressed. That's what I'm saying. I was in a real depression because I had